Welcome back to my channel, guys. So let's sew this bubu outfit with this neckline design together. So I used 2 years of fabric and craft fabric for this. If you're bigger, you may need 2.5 or 3 years depending on how big you are. And then I used about half yard of mikado fabric for the neck design, right? So it's a bubu. As usual, you're going to fold it into four because you're cutting the front and the back piece together. Now I've folded into four, so I'll take my length. Okay. So what's first, let me get my starting point. And from there, I'm going to get my full length measurement, and I'll mark it and include my seam allowance or folding allowance, right? Then once I do that, I'm going to get the length of my sleeve, right? It's cut together. So how I do this is I get my shoulder measurement, and then from my shoulder measurement I mark how long I want it to be, right? But in this case, I'll be attaching the mikado on my sleeve as well. So whatever length I want, I'm going to minus 2 inches from it, because the mikado I'll cut for my sleeve be 2 inches by length. I hope you understand. Okay, so I'll also add half-inch seam allowance so that I'll join it with the mikado afterwards. So from my starting point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. That is my shoulder slope, and then I'm going to mark 11 inches from there. This is my sleeve opening, more like the bust points. Okay, so from there I'm going to come in by 1 inch. So I just take that 1 inch all the way down to my hem. And I'm just going to cut that out. But first, let's do our neck. Okay, so the neck I'm working with, I'll do 3.5 by 3.5. I actually did 4 inches here, but please, it's better if you do 3.5, so that by the time you join, you would have 4 inches. Okay, so I did 3.5 for the width, and for the back neck depth I did 1 inch. So I'm cutting the back first. So I connected the neck width to that shoulder slope there, and I'm going to cut this off. So cutting the back neck first, which is depth of 1 inch. I added half-inch seam allowance of the shoulder for joining. Okay, and for the side like this, I'll just cut out from that 1 inch that I marked inward, started from the hem. And then when I get to this part, I'll just curve it like this. And then I'll cut. And that's basically how to cut it. Okay, I slash this one open. Remember, it's not fold, so just cut it open. Okay, now the next thing is I'm going to cut the neck depth off. Remember I said I'll attach a sleeve. Sorry, I mentioned it was a mikado. I'm so sorry. It was actually the same fabric. I'll attach it. So I have two pieces which I'll fold into two. It's actually 2.5 inches by length, and the length is the same length of my slip opening, which is 11. So I'll join it. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is to mark the neck depth of my front. But first, let's mark the pockets. So from my shoulder area, I'm going to mark my pockets. Actually, from my sleeve opening, I marked 5 inches and I notched it. That will be where my pockets start from. It's an inner pocket. Okay, so next is the front. So I'm just going to open this and take away one, which is the one at the middle, at the inside. Just take it out, which will now become our front, or either one, because it's the same thing. So you use one and just crease the neckline for the front. So on there, I'm going to come down by 7 inches.
I'm gonna come down by 9 inches.
Or 8, or even 6, depending on how deep you want it. Mind you, I removed the 1 inch. If you can see the way I placed my tip,
1.5.
that we removed for the back. So on from there, I'm going to come in by 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch, and I'll square it off, sort of. Can you see? So I'll just connect that 1.5 inch to my neck width, like so. And that is the shape we would have for the front. I'll cut this out.
Now, on this end here,
And then
on
on that edge, I'm just going to notch, just 1/2 inch notching, little notch. It will be easy for us when we are joining the mikado to our neckline. So by the time I open it, this is what I have, and the notch will be on both sides, as you can see. Let me show you a closer look. This is what it will look like, just a little notch, so that it will be easy for us to fix the mikado on that neckline. Okay, so we'll go ahead and join the shoulders first. Join the shoulder of the front at the back, then we'll measure our round neck. That way we'll know the mikado, the length of the mikado will cost to attach at the neckline. All right, so I've joined the shoulders at this point, so I'll go ahead and measure the round neckline. I'll also join the sleeve, that is the attachment to the sleeve opening. Okay, so I'll measure my round neck right now, starting from one side of the notch to the other side of the notch. Okay, please, if you're watching up to this point, click on the subscribe button and like this video. Okay, it's absolutely free. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. So whatever measurement I have, that means that is what I call it. You just add 1 inch to whatever measurements you have after measuring. Okay, so you cut that's the length you will cut, and the width is going to be yeah, just measure it. Okay, the length, and the width is going to be 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches width on on when it's open, but on fold is 2.5. I hope you understand. So I've gone ahead to join it to my neckline, as you can see, and at the back I'm going to finish it up. So what I'll do is to run a stitch from one side of the notch to the other side of the notch. Okay, just run a stitch and to hold the mikado in place at the back. So you can go ahead and pin it, so it will be easy for you. At this point, you can even overlap one on another very slightly, so that everything just stays in place and flat. So by the time I do that, this is what I would have in front. And then for this design, I cut it out already to the shape I want. Now this part is very optional, whichever way you want to place it. If you want to place it to the left or to the right, depending on how it is on the thumbnail, or at the middle, or whatever shape you want for this part, just go ahead and just do whatever you like. It's optional. So what I'll do is I'm going to place mine at the middle, because I want it at the middle, and because my boob is not too big. Okay, so I'll place it like this, measure that is on top of that place that I sewed, okay, at the back. So place it like this and sew it by 1/2 inch, and then you flip it down like this, and then you fold the sides and the down part and sew. Okay, that is all basically. I'll attach my pockets and then I'll hem the down parts and also join the sides, and that is basically all. This is pretty easy and just something you do very easily, and that is the outcome, guys. I hope it's well understood. So please click on the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, and I'll see you in my next one.